Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining the Mike Lee Show. Tonight, I am honored that I have a legend with me. DJ Cool V is in the house. My brother, how you doing?
Salute, King. I'm glad.
Salute back at you, King.
I'm glad to be here. I'm excited. I got the new book out. I'm talking to everybody that want to talk. Let's talk, man. Let's chop it up. Let's share this knowledge. Let's share this energy. Let's get this planet moving in the right direction.
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. You are, it's incredible. A DJ, producer, a writer, an entertainer, and an author. A father, a grandfather, a brother.
Great-grandfather.
A great-grandfather? Yeah, because I heard about the other grandkids. I mean, truly, brother, this is what you aspire to be, all those things as a brother, from one brother to another. First of all, thank you for joining us today. And I want to jump right in with, first of all, how you doing? How's everything going?
I'm all right. I'm hanging in here. I'm hanging with one finger on each hand, but I'm holding on, and I ain't trying to.
Holding on. I know that's right.
I'm like this, y'all. I know I ain't supposed to put my hands all up in the videos, but I'm hanging on.
I love it. I love it. And also a big shout out to Jersey, one of my favorite places, Morristown. I used to go to Morristown, New Jersey, at least once or twice a year. Had a little spot over there. I used to love it, man. But
beautiful town. Beautiful town.
Yes. So, brother, Sutra Records, Fat Boys, Disco 3, Kid and Play, also known as the Fresh Force, Abdul Tariq, and your first hit. All of this right here is to me, it is all the ingredients to become a superstar to me. How did your career start?
Well, my career started in the projects. I did a house party when I was 11 years old, and I wasn't even a DJ, but I did my birthday party because we didn't have enough money to pay a DJ. And I borrowed some records, and I went and bought some records. And the first record I ever bought was Bootzilla by Bootsy Collins.
Bootsy Collins.
Yeah, and then
you don't know nothing about that right there.
Yeah. So I did the party, and I did everything, and the party turned out good. And I was DJing on my hi-fi, but I was going between the turntable and the 8-track. So I had the records on the 8-track playing, and the party was nonstop. So I had it. So I'm thinking I'm like a DJ now. And from that day, I just started collecting records, and I told my mother, the next year, I said, I'm not going to college. You can save that for everybody else, my brother. I'm going to be a DJ. And
what was her response?
Yeah, all right. Well, you can see I never went to college.
Yeah.
I went to college. I went to School of Hard Knocks. That's the college I went to. And I learned, my father sent me to guitar school, and I just stayed with the music, man. And he told me the music was going to change my life, and it did.
And it did. Yeah. How did you go from being a DJ to getting into production and becoming a producer?
Well, my first encounter in the studio ever is that record you're talking about with Abdul Tariq called Education. And I was in the studio with Bert Reed, who's a great producer, musician, and he's from Crown Heights Affair. So in the studio at the time, I don't know that's him. So my man talking about he gonna make me a star, and because he seen me do parties around the way. Yo, be my DJ, man. I'm gonna make you a star. And he actually took me to the studio. I'm in there with Bert Reed. We in Electric Lady Studios in New York. So I'm in one of the top studios. This is my first time ever going to the studio, ever in my life, to a studio. And we go in there, and they got a Lynn drum in there, and they got the record already. They already done the record. But we coming in there to put the record on wax because they had a tape of the record, and Larry Levan was playing it in the garage, and it was real hot. So they said, listen, we're going to go ahead and finish the record because we know this going to go. And I came in there, and I did the cuts, and then I did some beatbox on there. I added the hip hop vibe to the record. So I actually did the beatbox. I did some scratching, and then I was hitting the Lynn drum because while they was doing it, I was just playing with it. And he was like, yo, keep doing that.
Yeah.
And I was hitting the Lynn drum, and he was like, yo, man, I said, hey, he said, just keep on doing what you do. I'd rather have enough. I'd rather have a lot than not enough.
Not enough.
He said, so put your mark on it. And if you listen to the record, he just put little parts of me wherever he felt. So Larry Levan mixed the record, and he's one of the greatest DJs New York City's ever known. And like I said, who knows that I'm going to be a part of that. That's electronic movement, hip hop. electro movement, right? And then, you know, me and Biz still trying to do what we trying to do. And then the record kicks with him with Shantae. I have nothing to do with that record, but from that record, the
door's
start,
open. Yeah.
we started moving around and doing things and getting it on.
Can you embrace that you are one of the true pioneers
I
of hip
wouldn't
hop?
say pioneer is a big word. I understand what people say when they call me a pioneer because we came at a time when we were testing a lot of things, but it's the people that came before me that I would give that credit to because, you know, I'm around a lot of great people. So like I said, like Burt Reed and then I'm around Marley Marl, then I'm around Duke Booty, then I'm
Mm-hmm.
around, you know, all these people, Paul C and DJ Doc, and you know, all of these people are rounding me into who I am because from each one of those names I named you, I got something from it. And then
Yeah.
what I always had what I had. So with all of them in me, yeah, I'm a pioneer, but there's so many pioneers that came before that don't get their name mentioned. So I won't say I'm not a pioneer, but I won't say I'm of the you know, when they think you the foundation of the movement, you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Nah, it's a lot of people out there, man, that was doing a lot of things like Mantronics and you know, Cutmaster DC and
Mm-hmm.
you know, a lot of people that don't their name don't pop up when
Mm-hmm.
you're talking about a lot of stuff. So I just like to just do what I do and whatever anybody says about me, long as they talking the truth, I'll take it. You know, and you
Amen.
know, I'm not gonna sit here and try to stretch my career to epitomize myself.
Mm-hmm.
If that's the right way to
No,
say it.
absolutely. I
You know what I'm
understand.
saying? So
I understand.
but but but
But
I was in them trenches.
yeah, 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 yeah. Pioneer.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Give
Pioneer,
it to me. Give it to me then. I'm gonna take
pioneer,
it,
bro.
man. But
Pioneer.
I like to give props where the
My
props
God, man.
belong. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Yeah.
Um, we lost a pioneer, the late Biz Marquis. What was your relationship like with him as a brother and business?
Hey, you can't nobody beats the biz, man. Nobody
Yeah,
beats the
yeah.
biz. There'll never be anything like him on this planet ever again, not from what we do in hip hop,
Mm,
because of what he had been through and his love for what came before him made him become such a force, you know. And I can't explain it maybe in one interview, man, but you know, it
absolutely.
was so many aspects to Biz that the world might never know. But I'm gonna put him out there because he always liked the way I tell the stories. He always tell me,
Hmm.
"Yo, Vaughn, tell him the story about this, and tell him when we did this, and tell him how we did, and didn't I do this, and didn't I?" So he
Yeah.
always did that, and he was man, listen, nobody beats the Biz. I just I miss him already. It's a you know, it's a road to recovery, man. But
Absolutely.
we all have our paths, and we all are here for a purpose. And you know, he served his purpose. He served it well, and I'm here to
Well,
carry the torch. And I'm gonna carry it till I can't carry it no more. And
absolutely.
we're gonna keep this thing
Keep
moving.
it going.
Listen, the
Yeah.
talent is supposed. It's like art, right? So art is as beautiful as you want it to be. So if I paint a picture and you really love it, it doesn't matter how much it costs because if you really love it, you're gonna pay whatever you can afford to get it. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Because art is the beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right?
Hmm. Right.
And when money dictates the art, then the art is lost. See what I'm saying? So
Yes. Yes.
you know, you art is based upon what I'm feeling right now, my truth. I'm putting it on the record, I'm putting it on the wall, I'm putting it wherever. That's my truth, that's my vision, that's the way I'm going to do it. But if I do that for the money, then I'm not doing it for the best of my abilities. I'm not pushing the culture forward, I'm not pushing the art forward, I'm not pushing whatever I'm doing. If it's
Hmm.
motivated by money, then where's the feeling? It's gonna when the money goes, then your feeling is gonna go because now your thing is into the money thing. Now we all love money. Don't think I'm talking against having money. I want
Hmm.
all the
Right.
money. But as we go back in the beginning when we started, the business wasn't meant, and people that knew the business wasn't sharing the information. They just wanted the, everybody. So me, I'm a guy like this. If it's we a team, I'm gonna play my part.
Mm-hmm.
And if my name don't get on the record, I'm not mad because I know what I did to make that record. I know what I did to help make that record. I'm not thinking about 20, 30 years from now. I'm thinking about we trying to get on, we trying to do what we doing. And okay, they say this person's name got to be on it. I don't care who person name on it. The record is dope. We going out there, we getting touring, we getting what we getting. Let's go. That's the dues we pay. Now that we figure the game out and we understand, and we ask for what we want, then you see people's face don't look the same no more.
Yeah.
Like, hold up. Like you did, like we paid the dues already. So now when do the due paying stop?
Right.
Right? When do I get my chance to be credited for my stuff? I don't want credit for nobody else's stuff, and I don't want nobody else's credit. Whatever I didn't do, fam.
Yeah.
Whatever I did, I did. And if I told you I did it, go check on it. Whoever you want to check with, I did it. And if I was a part of it, I was a part of it. Tell me I wasn't. You know what I mean? Like, and you got people that, this the internet right now, and I love it. People that don't know who you are will tell you what they think you supposed to be. Like, stop telling, you just talking now. You ain't say nothing back then. There wasn't no internet back then. See, y'all born with an internet. Y'all got that, and not even that you're not born. We have an internet where you could speak to people and look at people like daily, free, for free. Boom, you connected. I'm your friend now because I pressed a button. I'm your follower. You're my follower. Like, these names, people get caught up into it and they get depressed if they don't get enough follows, enough likes on their pictures. I'm not from that. I'm from before microwaves. I'm before cell phones. I'm before all of that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm old enough to know the difference. And I'm not saying I come up in a better time. I just come up in a time before now. And now doesn't dictate the way I live my life. I live my life the way I've always lived it, within my means. I don't really, go outside of that. I don't try to portray this big image to persuade how you think of me. Now we meet, I'm going to be who I am. That's who I am. I don't know how to be nobody else. So if I tell you something, I told it to you. So back to the business of this thing, we didn't know what we were doing. We didn't know the business. We knew how we was making records. We was in there. We thought we were, building a legacy, which we are, and which we did. Luckily those records hit in a way where, okay, you might not have paid me for that, but I'm gonna have something to rely on for the rest of my days because I'm gonna tell these stories, and that's why I put these books out right now. My new campaign is Books Over Beats, so I'm putting the literacy back out here because I'm not playing when it comes to this, man. I got a partner, Lucio Dutch. He writes these books for me, man. And listen, we on to something, baby. We on to something. And so, and why nobody's thinking about books no more? You know why they closing down libraries? We got to read. This is forever. Words are forever. They could teach you ebonics. They could teach you memes. They could teach you emojis. But words mean everything, and they're going to last around to the end of time. And the Symphony 2 is my new book that's out right now on djcoolv.com. Go out there and get it, and it's nothing but inspiration, man, because it's the follow-up to the Symphony, and they look the same a little bit, but they're not the same.
Yeah, because you got Symphony. That's your first. Is that your first book?
This is my first book. This is a bestseller right here. I can't keep enough of these. I can't. Listen, djcoolv.com. I can't keep enough of those books in there because that book did so well, it made me believe in myself. I didn't think I had nothing to put in the book that people would want to read about and go buy. I just didn't think that way.
DJ Coolv, I got to ask you this. Why were those thoughts in what made you think that?
Because I'm living the same way I've always lived, right? And I'm thinking, people saying, yo, you're a pioneer, but I don't have the things to show for it. I don't have, and I'm still working. So I'm saying, my best ain't even got here yet, man. You ain't tasted what's in this brain right here. I got so much to offer. And I'm not out here trying to be a brand new artist. I'm not trying to look for a deal. I'm not trying to do none of that. I'm trying to find the next lane to make my purpose felt in the world. And that's it. Whatever that may be. If it's going to be music, cool. If it's going to be books, cool. If it's going to be whatever it is, helping the children, teaching the children what I know and helping them out, that's what I'm going to do, because it's all about them anyway. It's their future right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm 54 years old and I'm proud of it right now, man. People ain't making it to see this, man. And so at 54, if I'm going out here trying to compete with younger people, it's their time. And people my age is quick to say, yo, this ain't that. And life isn't going backwards. It's going forwards. It's never going back to the 80s. Never. So why not help these kids get through the 2000s? So they can get to the future, man. Why not help them? Why not give them all that we know? Why don't we make records with them and for them and try to combine all this stuff so we can make so much history and content that for decades to come, they're going to try to imitate this time, because we're at the changing of the world right now. We're in a new world, man.
Yes. You
know,
let's talk about these books, because these books are incredible.
Hold up, let me give you one more first.
Yes. The Cut Master. It's 3 books. Now, let me ask you this.
It's the trilogy.
That fell in the middle, right? That's in the middle of the 2
That's
books.
in the middle of those 2 books. That book is the story behind the making of Just a Friend, that whole album. So that the making of that whole album is in that book. So I didn't get paid for the record, but I'm gonna get paid for the book.
Get paid for the book.
And y'all got the words, y'all know, but I got the lyrics in that book. I got the feeling, who was in the studio with us, what was happening at that time, so you can read and vividly know what it was. So when people tell you they did something that they didn't do, because nobody produced that record for us, it was only me and Biz that did that record. And big shout out to my man Danny Dan that gave Biz the records that we used to make that record. Listen, after that, that's what it is. So anybody telling you they produced that record,
didn't do it.
They didn't do it. And everybody's getting paid from it except me. And they mad now because I'm talking. I've been talking. This book been out since 2017. I ain't lying. Look at the book. Biz is in there. Biz know what I was saying when he was here. So, you know, it's all good, man.
So, I got to ask you this, the elephant in the room. Have you ever had one of those moments where you thought, man, I've been robbed, or I didn't get what I was supposed to get? Have you ever felt those feelings?
All the time.
How did you get yourself? Because that's a beautiful thing, is to be honest, because we do have real feelings, but then we can get ourselves out of that. How did you get out of that frame of thought? And I love the books. Books. You know what I'm saying? That's the real reason right there, bruh. From books, what is it? From books over beats. Books over beats, bro. I love that.
Books over beats, man. That's the way we're going.
But back to the question: how did you get out of that frame of mind?
You never get out of that frame of mind, because you can never go backward. You know what I'm saying? So
go forward,
you got to go forward. You got to keep moving. You can't stay in a place that holds you back. And like I said, I'm not the type of person that keep dwelling on some old stuff. And people think I'm dwelling on old stuff. It's just that people keep asking me questions about old stuff. I'm talking about it. This ain't my daily what I get up to talk about. But I understand that information is the key, and we have to get this information out there, because everybody don't see everything that you do. So as many platforms as people want to ask me the question, as many platforms as I'm going to go on and talk about it. But a lot of it's my fault for being illiterate in the music business, music business illiterate. And a lot of it's trusting that people that you trust is going to do you right. That's not going to happen. You got to do you right. You got to handle your paperwork. You got to take it to the lawyers. You got to do everything you got to do, because no matter how right you live, it's always a crook in the room. I don't care what. It's always somebody in there looking for the bottom line, and that's looking for that dollar. And they're going to manipulate situations where, they just end up with the money. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's that. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I could take the losses. I take L's all the time. I took L's all my life, but I got a whole lot of W's, and I got a whole lot of W's coming. So listen, and I'm telling these stories too, and people getting mad now. They just because they don't look right, and why that make me look bad. If you look bad, then that means you feel like you look bad because I ain't never said your name to nobody.
Mm-hmm. Right, right.
They
Let's
said,
talk. Let's talk about the cut master because I've listened to quite a few interviews in the back and forth on this book particular, which to me, I think if most new artists and people getting into the business will read a book like this, you you definitely be more abreast on what you're getting into, and you might be more successful as you continue to go forward and not backward. What inspired outside of the fact that this is about the session and the song? What was in your heart to actually breed or birth this sort of information?
well,
Because it's so powerful, man.
Well, it's more than just the song and the session because it's
Yeah,
about the whole album,
album.
and
Yeah.
it's about what I was doing at that time
Hmm.
outside of like when I'm leaving the studio. It's about me. So now the album was named The Diabolical Biz Never Sleeps. So the
Hmm.
book is named The Cutmaster DJ Cool V Never Sleeps
Hmm.
because why he wasn't sleeping, I wasn't sleeping either. Because
Right.
me, I'm,
Right.
I'm I'm in the studio every day. Biz ain't in the studio every day. And ain't nobody in the world gonna tell you that. I Every day that album was recorded, I was in the studio every day. From the 4 studios that we was in, I was in all of them every day. There were no sessions without Cool V.
Wow. When I always talk to people about, that 1 month that we get in February for Black History Month. When we live, obviously, we say it all the time, we Black 24/7,
Yeah.
365. And when I think about the conversation I'm having with you right now and what artists need to hear, whether you're just getting in and you've been in for 10 years or 20 years, it's the history. We
Yeah.
don't have enough history out there. People need to be able to pick up books like you've written and be able to get history on artists, on the DJ, on the mixer, on the you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's so many different players that are involved in making a hit record. The vocal coach for the singer, or the controller who brings in all the singers, or the guy at the soundboard. So I say that to say, how you're changing lives with your information, and
Yeah.
how do you continue to do that and move as you move forward?
Well, we got to
Is
get.
that even a part of your list on
No,
your
no,
list?
no. Listen, that's everything. First and foremost, we as a people,
Yeah,
as Black people, have our history has been erased
yeah,
right,
man.
right in our face, right? So
Yes, yes.
I'm being erased right now, right? As we speaking, my name is not on records that I did that it used to be on the record. Now
Hmm.
you see versions that my name isn't on there. Why is that? If that don't mean nothing, then why isn't it the way it came?
Pain.
Why isn't it the same way? You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Why isn't it? If people are taking their name and putting their name in places, if you see produced by somebody else that wasn't there, why is that? That don't make sense to me. And that means it's a bigger game being played out here where we have to share this information and we have to speak
yeah.
our truths and
Right,
we have to understand that we as a people again have been taught that what we do isn't nothing. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
we all out here feeling hurt. We feeling we can't do enough because we feel we got to reach the status of this person right here. And they put people in our face with a whole lot of money and a whole lot of things going on and dressed in a whole lot of clothes that they don't pay for, which
Hmm.
I'm not mad at that neither because I got free clothes too. But the kids don't know those clothes are free. So they will go out and rob and steal and
Feel,
beg their
yeah,
mothers and do whatever to get these clothes that we're wearing, but we're not sharing the information that you can get these clothes free if you do X, Y, Z.
Z,
You
yeah,
see what I'm saying? So
yeah,
we're big billboards for everybody, but we're not teaching the babies that that's what we're doing.
right.
So and they are the most impressionable. Us around in the business, we know what it is. Hey man, this person's sponsoring you, they giving you free clothes. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm not talking against what we're
Right.
doing. I'm talking about the results of what we're doing. The results is the babies are not getting the knowledge. We got to get it back out there. We got to make sure that they know what they're getting into. We can't leave them. If I die today, I got to get this information out, man. Whatever I got out here thus far is out here. But I got so much to get out here, and I got so much more to learn. I learned from the youth. I teach kids DJ classes. I learn how they think. Man, one of my students put a mix together. I put him in the right direction. I didn't give him the records to mix.
Yeah.
He put 2 records together that I didn't. I said, "Ooh, I didn't even think about that. Ooh, that sound good." That's their work. That ain't my work. I'm just giving them the tools to work with and give them the vision to understand that you can be creative. It doesn't matter what anybody thinks about you. What do you think about you? If you think it sounds good, then you do it. And then you try it out. And if it doesn't work for the masses, then maybe it's a limited audience that you got to do that to. Yeah. But everything you do isn't going to be the but you learn by being bold and taking chances and putting things together. You ain't, man, I told him, I said, yo, can I put that together? You know what I'm saying? I'm going to give you your credit, but that mix was dope.
Yeah.
You know? He was like, you like that for real? I said, yeah, man, I wasn't even thinking like that. You put 2 records, and I love the way I put together records, but the young kids, they putting together records, they putting this with that. I said, oh, man, listen. Yeah. So we can still learn, no matter how old we get. No, we don't know it all yet.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? But give up what you know. You shouldn't make people pay for your information, like not the young kids. Like if I did a book signing one time, it was a lot of kids there. So the older people were buying the books, a few older people, not many. It was more kids there. So I said, I can't sell the books to the kids. So I made all the kids come up and read a paragraph. And we had them out there and they were reading, man, me and Dutch. And we was at the Queens Library with Uncle Ralph McDaniels. And every kid that came up and read the book, I gave them a copy and said, look, take it home to your mother. Let them show you what they might not want you to read. It's nothing harsh in there, but you know I have to use the real words that I said when I write about what I did.
Absolutely. Wow. We talked earlier about being self-contained. You have 3 books out that are self-published. I'm going to say it again. Self-published. Why did you not take that check from HarperCollins or anybody else? And you said, no, I'm putting the damn book out myself.
First of all,
which was the smartest thing.
First of all, they didn't offer me one. That's just being real, right? Second of all, I know they don't believe in what Cool V got. Who is he? Look on the internet. You don't find much about him. So, because I wasn't even talking that much on the internet before I started doing the books and everything like that, right? And my man that wrote the books for me, and he said, look, V, your part is important. Your part to the puzzle. If you're putting together the big puzzle, they still can't put it together without your part. And he started making me realize that I gotta, understand my value, because I didn't. I'm just being honest with you. I didn't understand the value. And we started working, man. And then I saw how he was putting the words together, and he was putting my thoughts in words in ways that I was saying, oh yeah, I like the way that's flowing. Yeah, yeah. And now I'm into reading other people's books because of my books, because I support books. I go buy people's books and I see how they're written. So it's giving me ideas and giving me thoughts and ways to deal with things that I never would have got. So I'm sitting there saying, okay, yeah, now I get it. I get it. I really, really get it now. It's a whole movement out here, man. It's a whole movement.
Do you feel that you, with your company, because you published 3 books successfully, will you become a publisher for others?
I don't know about that, but I will help them. Like if anybody want the information, man, because listen, I didn't have it. So I would never say, oh, no, I'm going to keep this information to me. Do everything yourself. As hard as you push it, that's as hard as as successful as you're going to be. So when I put that first book out, when I put this book was the motivation, right? So we did this. So Lucio Dutch, he made me realize that my career moves and my things that I've done were worth something, right? He made me believe in myself in a way that I never believed in myself. You know what I'm saying? Because I always knew I had talent. I'm always around what's ever going on. I've been in the studio with the best of them. I done made platinum. I said platinum.
That's the new one. Right?
Platinum. You know what I'm saying? I got all of that. But this book right here made me realize that, yes, okay, I got it. And this is just a positive book. And it's just not just about me. It's about the people that inspire me to be who I am. So it was easy writing it, but it was hard getting to the positivity, because to get to that positivity, I had to go through the pain again. And it's a lot of pain we push to the back of our brains. We push out of the way. We keep moving forward, but it was a lot of trauma I was dealing with, you know, that went on in my life, and I can speak about it now. It's okay. You know, I wasn't, you know, molested or anything like that, but I went through some hard times just like anybody else.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so I don't say that I went through something harder than this person, because I know people that were around me that went through harder things than me. But we all go through our own things our own way, and we get through them. And now I'm so glad that I could sit down and talk about, you know, getting through something and putting something out here myself, because I'm always a part of something. See, I'm a team player. So you're going to see me on winning teams. Know why? Because I'm going to play my part.
Yeah.
And I play it well. And I play it not to say, okay, yeah, they needed me for this, they needed me for that, and they needed. No, we doing what we doing. And if I'm going to make it successful, if I can help make it successful, that's what I'm going to do. So if somebody comes to me and say they want to make books, I'm going to sit down and tell them everything that Dutch told me. And because it wasn't my world. I wasn't even thinking about that. But this is better than records.
Yeah.
Average artists only get, maybe if you get $1, you know what I'm saying, a record. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I get 20 a book, baby. 20 a book. I'm telling you, that red one 30. Woo! Listen. Woo!
He said that red one is 30.
That red one 30. Woo!
Oh, man. Wow.
I love everybody that supports me. Listen, man, I take my time. I talk to people because I'm so overjoyed right now that people will even come out and support and, man, pay $30 for my book. Man, listen, I appreciate that for real. Yeah. So listen, it's always another way.
Yeah, yeah.
They can steal the royalties, but they can't steal the loyalties. They can't steal the loyalties.
Come on now.
They can't steal the loyalty. You can't get nothing off of this. You can't even get in the middle of this money right here.
I love it, bro. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. What do you want people to know most about you if you left here tomorrow? What's your legacy? What do you leave?
That I loved everybody, man, and I worked hard, and I made sure everybody around me ate. I did. I made sure that, and ain't nobody gonna tell you nothing different. And then when I got it, everybody had it. Yeah. And you know, it's just when other people get it, they just want it for themselves. So it's all good, because you're never gonna stop a vibrant soul. You're never gonna stop that positivity. You're never gonna stop energy attracting energy. And when you put positivity out there, it comes back tenfold. I'm living proof. I'm telling you, I'm not preaching no religion. I'm preaching positivity, man. I'm talking about when you put that negative out there, that negative come back. I've been on that side of the game too. But when you get back and you can smile with yourself, and everybody around you can smile, you sit back and say, listen, you tighten the circle up with everybody that's about everybody, and you're going to be all right. Stop letting people just enter your circle just because they entertainer, whoever they are. They look good. They got good clothes on. Whatever they doing, they talk good. You can't just let them in your circle, because everybody that comes around you ain't good for you. And I learned the hard way about that too. You know, you let people in because you got an open heart. You say, oh man, and they come in and they do damage in your life. They hold you back a little bit, and it's just never positive for you. They suck your positive energy and absorb it to themselves, and then they keep moving with your energy, and you left with, damn, did I just give away all my energy?
Bro.
Put your energy to people, in the people that's going to give it back. Excuse me, that's the babies.
The babies,
they're gonna give it back.
I want to thank you for joining us, man. This has been an incredible conversation.
Thank you for having me, man.
Well, it could be a part 2, but I said, you know what? I ain't going to hold him all night. We'll schedule that some other time.
Well, listen, before we go.
Absolutely.
We got to give him that Symphony 2, the remix. That's the Symphony 2, y'all. It's at djcoolv.com. That's djcoolv.com. Get that Symphony 2. I promise you, you're not going to be disappointed. You're going to read some good stuff about some great people in here. And I just thank everybody for even thinking about going online and getting one of these or any of my books or t-shirts or whatever the case may be. Thank y'all for having me, man. It's all good, man.
Man, it's a blessing. For more on DJ Cool V, just like he said, you want to go to www.coolv.com. Also, social media is at Mr. DJ Cool V, correct?
Yes.
Books are available now on your website.
Yes.
The Symphony, the first one, the Cutmaster, and right now the Symphony 2. Right now, ready to buy. Buy them all three, and you might get a little discount. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out.
Yeah, man, I might have to put a pack together for that. Yeah,
Just
yeah,
put a triple three discount pack together.
Ooh,
Found all three right now.
Trifecta, like we used to do in the numbers back in the trifecta.
Yes, sir. Hey, the Trinity always works.
Yes, yes.
The Trinity always works.
3 is the magic number.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Again, King, thank you, man, for your time tonight and for your education, for your light, for being here with us. I really appreciate you.
Right, man.
Everybody, thank you for joining us right here on the Mike Lee Show. Jamie Sense of Love. Everybody have a good night. We'll see you all next time.
Well, before we go, that's Mike Lee, and I'm Vaughn Lee. Yes. And this is double Lee. This Lee twice. Let's go.
Let's go.